Would you open an amusement park on Fear Street? Of course not. Listen, I've read enough of these books to know if you live on Fear Street or anywhere near that neighborhood, you best be moving out of there real fast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get spooky with a book review by one of my favorite authors called R.L. Stine. I know people probably think it's kind of, I don't want to say old school or that he writes books for children, because he does, but his Fear Street collection, which I love, is actually coming out with a TV or like a movie through Netflix. So I thought I would do a quick review on one of his series that I thought was fantastic. It is the Fear Street Fear Park. I apologize. So there is actually 3 books to this series. There is death in this series, like this little 3-book series. Of course, naturally, in all of his Fear Street books, there's always death. I don't think I've read a single one of his Fear Street books that doesn't have somebody dying, at least one. In this one, however, it's really good because it kind of gives you that fear. If you've ever seen like Final Destination with the theme park one, it kind of reminds me of that, because there are incidents with the Ferris wheel. There's issues. There's multiple different rides that get messed with where people either get seriously hurt or die. There is supernatural stuff going with this as well. You follow Dierdre, and she is our female character, and her dad is going to open the old abandoned amusement park on Fear Street, which I think is silly, but whatever. And she is kind of hopeful and like helpful. She really wants to be there for her dad because he thinks this is going to be a really good business opportunity and be bringing more people into Fear Street area and actually kind of like make it blossom. So he's really putting a lot of effort, time, and energy into this. Now Robin, who is our main male character, you find out really fast that there's something not right with Robin, and that, you know, realistically, he's the bad guy. And you catch on to it really fast. Dierdre kind of has like little, it's like she has feels for him, but at the same time she knows that something's not right. So wherever Robin tends to go, there are incidents, and you do get to actually kind of see that you get to read that he is actually the one causing these incidents to happen. But there's also another person that kind of bobs in and out of the background that you kind of get curious about, but I shouldn't say, I'm almost messed it up. They don't really get introduced, or you don't really get to see them more until the 3rd book. These books, I'm telling you, are there. It's fantastic. There's more to it than just like, there's more depth to it than what you would expect. And this anger that Robin has actually goes on for generations. Like, because he is supernatural, he's actually been the same for decades and hasn't been able to grow old or move forward, which you get to figure out why and how once you read the stories. So I actually got these either from a bookstore. When I lived in Alaska, there's actually a lot of nice secondhand bookstores up there where you can get books for really cheap, or I ordered some from, I think I ended up ordering 2 from Amazon because I had a hard time finding them. These books, I'm telling you, I actually really enjoyed reading this series. It does, like I said before, it does have a supernatural touch to it, but it's not to the point where it's overbearing and you just, like, it doesn't feel like too much. It's like just the right amount, which I think R.L. Stine does a really fantastic job doing. You also get a nice, solid plot line. There is romance in it, but at the same time, there's also a lot of suspense because you kind of know what's going to happen, and he has a very good way at writing it very well, where you kind of get these little clues and hints as to maybe what might happen or what's going to happen, and it kind of just blends so nicely. And the last final book was fantastic. fantastic. The ending is not quite as predictable as other books would be, and that is also something else that I like about R.L. Stine, is some of his books don't have that predictable ending that other authors tend to do. So if you're looking for something like that, this would be a really good little mini series for you to read, because they're not very long. I think every book is probably, about 150 pages each. So you could realistically probably read all 3 of them in a week if you're a hardcore reader. I don't feel like I should go any further because I don't want to ruin the series for you guys, but I definitely think it would be a great book or books for anyone to read. Again, to me, I think it's a really good balance of scary and thriller, but not to the point where it's like super gruesome and disgusting. He does a really good job not being like too gory when he describes scenes, like death scenes. I think it's just a good amount. It is considered like young adult to adult. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I'd want like a middle schooler reading it, but whatever. To each their own, and parents' discretion. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. Sorry it's been so long since I've done a book review, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.